Hey guys, welcome back to another scripting tutorial. In this one I'm going to show you how to do player effects, part 2. In the first part I did health and I did little things like that. This one is going to focus on inventory and menus. The first we're going to start with the inventory, which inventory XYZ, that would be, okay, I'm going to take inventory from this exact spot, so that would be mainly for chests. It could be for players, but it's not recommended because there's a player feature in the next one. But add would give it to that spot, take would take it away. The item is, of course, what you want to deal with, and the quantity is how much. Inventory player, it's the exact same thing, but for a definite player instead of an XYZ. Then there's a move feature. It's like the add and take, except for it actually takes it from one and gives it to the other. These are both opposites of each other. This one is player XYZ. It takes it from the player and moves it to a XYZ, which would be like, let's say you push a button, it moves your wood sword to a chest somewhere in the distance. And then you would use the second one as like a withdraw, and it would move the wood sword back to the player after you use histories to make sure that it's their sword. The next ones are for copy and move, which it would allow to copy inventory. It's pretty much both of these are like the XYZ ones of these two. And where XYZ1, XYZ2, it would be the first XYZ is the original spot, the second one is going to be the second spot. So XYZ could be like, okay, one chest, and then the second one would be like a chest somewhere in the next town or something. Add would add it to both, or add it to the second one. Take would take it away from the first one. Copy would copy the first inventory, bring it to the second, and move would move the first inventory to the second. And this one, the copy move item quantity, I haven't really used that one because there's 3 values. All I can assume is that it takes the first 2 sections and every item inventory in that space gets moved over to one box. That's just me assuming. So if that's what it is, it would be for like, okay, if they enter this room, it moves all their inventory into a box. And then you would give it back as soon as they leave. The next ones are menus and message boxes. For the most part, they're almost entirely the same, but there are a few differences. The menu would be purely text. Message box would have like A, B, X, Y for like if you were choosing different options for speech, but they can both be used the same way. So the first one is menu, and then in the first set of brackets it says text. This would be like a question or the speech of an NPC or something, because there's no answer to it. And then the next one you'll notice has text, but it also has script. What that would be, it would be the first option. So like, if the first one said, "Hi, how are you?" And then where it says text and script, it would say like, "Good, I'm fine." And the script would be what's ran if they picked that one. And the next one, it would be, okay, I'm doing bad, and then the script would run for that one. And it has a ... at the end because you can add as many of those as you can fit before you run out of text space. The next one is the same thing except for it's got an XYZ. The XYZ pretty much says wherever the script was ran, it shoots it over this far, and then it runs over there. So if you put 010, it would run the script 1 block above whatever it was ran on. For this, you don't really need it too much, but you could use it on script blocks that have pressure plates and then have it 1 block up or something like that. Message box, it's the same thing except for you don't have an infinite number of, or like a wide number of choices that you can do. In being that there's only A, X, Y, because B is defaulted as closing. So the first box is text, that would be the question or something like, maybe it's, "Hi, how are you?" I know, original, right? And then the A equals, it would be the same thing as the text and script, except for when they push A, that's what happens. And then the X equal would be X equals, and then whatever they put for the text, that would happen. Whatever the script is, it would be run. Y equals the same thing. And then this, it's the same thing as the second line of the menu, except for it's the message box, so it's A, B, X, and Y.